Hi, welcome to LearnEx Academy. Today we're going to talk about the SAT essay. So we'll discuss a few things on how to write the perfect essay. You probably are already aware of the fact that the SAT score is a 1 to 6 scale. So we'll go over a few features that give the SAT a perfect score of 6. Alright, here's a few points. We're looking at the point of view, alright, relating to the tone of voice that you use when you're writing the SAT. Are you able to write critically, providing evidence? So we're looking at examples and details, as well as the organization and structure. Is there a flow? Are you using transitional words in your writing? Okay, and then vocabulary usage. Alright, so the first step when you're writing that SAT essay is to first understand the topic. Understand what is the question asking you. If it says read carefully or think about the topic, make sure that's what you do. Don't just skim through it and reread it to read carefully. It's important that you think about it. Think and plan basically means you're supposed to think and plan. So that planning part where you're writing the outline is very critical, and it's really tempting because you're timed to just go ahead and read the prompt and then start writing. But it's really important that you do the planning process for the outline before you start writing. Remember to think about that prompt, rephrase it, put it in your own words, okay? Brainstorming. The brainstorming step is really important, that you spend enough time coming up with examples, ideas, if you can relate to personal experiences or something that you've learned in school. Those are really good to add on to the essay. Giving some reasonings plus examples are really critical. All the questions will ask you to give reasons and examples, so make sure that you're providing both of those when you're doing the brainstorming session. Always when you're writing this essay, it's important that you remember the purpose for the essay, and that is you're writing it to get into college. Think about the type of writing that you're going to be doing in college. It's mostly going to be expository writing, where you're researching about a topic, you're giving your opinion, and you're giving examples and ideas that support your claim. And the essay is following the same purpose there. It's expository writing written in a persuasive style. Alright, the next thing you're going to do after your brainstorming session is you're going to create an outline. Alright, where you're systematically putting together all your points, you're writing your topic sentence. Alright, you're probably everybody has difficulty with writing that topic sentence, narrowing it down, getting it focused. So spend a good amount of time creating that outline, focusing on that topic sentence. Alright, once you've written that outline, spend time focusing on the introduction, where you're starting to write the essay. You're spending probably most of your time on writing a very clear, solid introduction, where you're introducing all the examples, your reasons that you're going to write about in the body. The more clear and precise that introduction is, the better it is for your body, and thoughts will just seem to flow after that. So your first paragraph is always your introduction. You're introducing your topic. You're trying to get some interest in the reader. So usually it's a good practice to start with an experience, a thought, maybe tell a story, to get us interested in what you're writing about. Examples. Examples come in the body part. You're giving reasons plus examples in the essay. Okay? The following paragraphs, you're going to look at discussion and analysis. Okay, analyzing the situation, having a discussion about that, and then you're going to wrap it up with a conclusion where you're summarizing the points. And maybe you can even give the counterpoint of view for the opinion that you stated in the introductory paragraph. Another purpose of the essay, another example for your second essay, you can follow this format as well, which is pretty similar to the first format that we've discussed, okay? Where you're looking at your introduction and you're providing points according to the paragraphs following that. Okay, keeping in mind that every point that you discuss in every paragraph is supposed to be in support of your topic sentence. Okay, the only difference here is in paragraph 4, instead of a discussion or analysis, we're giving some qualification information. Okay, and then we're reinforcing our thesis in paragraph 5, giving a summary. Probably the most forgotten part of the writing process would be to proofread, go through the essay, look for mistakes, any concerns, any errors, spend time reading through it, because it's not possible for us to write something that's 100% perfect. If you read through it, you'll find the mistakes and the errors and correct them accordingly. A lot of people will debate whether or not length is important on the SAT. It definitely is. A good paragraph has at least 5 to 7 sentences, and a good essay will have at least 5 paragraphs, where you have your introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Okay? Pay attention to who your audience is. The tone that you write in your essay is important. All right, catch your reader's attention, give some kind of examples, real life experiences. You know, even if you can incorporate a little bit of compare and contrast, that's really good. That can show your master of vocabulary and how words relate one to the other. Okay, here I've given you an example of a good intro. Just read through that so you can see what a good intro is actually doing. A good introductory paragraph will clearly state your opinion, and it will introduce what you're going to discuss in the rest of the essay. So it's kind of a preview. And by the time I finish reading the introduction, I should say, oh yeah, I know what you're going to discuss about now. And we don't want it to sound too much like a dictionary reading where we're just giving factual information, because keep in mind, this is an opinion, okay? And we are giving facts and information to support, but that should not be the overall structure of our writing, because this is supposed to be opinion, a persuasive style essay. The following paragraph is not so good. Alright, first off, it's not very well developed. We need more ideas. We want to see some examples. We're left wondering, oh, okay, so what? Big deal. It's not clear. Another thing that you need to think about when you're developing your paragraphs, when you're transitioning from one paragraph to the other, there should be a flow. And to improve that flow, we always use transitional words. So here's just a short example of some transitional words that you should use on this essay. Okay? It just helps ideas flow one from the other, to relate ideas, to show comparisons, to show cause and effect. Okay, so according to what you're trying to write about, you should use the correct transitional words accordingly. And that conclusion is really critical. Really on the SAT, since it's a timed writing, it's critical that you work on time management and practicing the time management. You want to incorporate all the parts of the writing process, okay? And to keep in mind that you have a limited time. How do I incorporate all the parts of the writing process, and to make sure that I have a very well developed essay and that I finish it. Usually those who don't practice time management fail to finish that conclusion. It's just abruptly ending. That conclusion needs to be developed. It needs to give a solid restatement of the topic sentence, and it needs to be a summary of all the things that you discussed. And finally, as I finish reading it, I should be left thinking, oh, great, this is really interesting. I want to know a little bit more about this topic. Okay, so it should really make me think and reflect a little bit more. A good final sentence to the essay will do that. So it's important that you practice a little bit more on writing conclusions, because those are probably one of the hardest points of writing an essay. Okay, so for more information about writing the SAT essay, go ahead and visit us at www.learnexacademy.com or write to us at care@learnexacademy.com. And feel free to join us in Skype at learnex.tech or learnex.academy. Thank you.